Oh boy, this is going to be a long one. What is a faux pact? Today we're going to be talking about Devil May Cry Season 2, Episode 3. Oh, bro. I think it's called like the panther, the wolf, and the snake, I want to say. I don't know, but my list of notes is longer than the other two. So, first off, we get a flashback to Virgil and Dante as kids, and they're like sparring and stuff, and Dante is way better at fighting than Virgil, much to Virgil's disappointment. And it gets to a point where Virgil is envious of Dante because the mom gives applause to Dante. But Virgil just gets coddled, which is brought up later on in the episode. So after that, as the kids are sleeping, their house burns down. Now, this is actually caused by a bunch of demons. And I didn't know that. But Virgil tries to fight off the demons best he can. And he gets kidnapped. And I wish it just ended at the kidnapping, but no. Virgil, as a kid, got tortured by these demons. And I'ma just say, bro, disturbing. Massively disturbing. Like, this, like, it was fucked up. It was truly fucked up what happened to him. Then we get the reveal that Ouroboros is the ones that actually killed their mother. Or I think it was. But at the end of the episode, the guy says, "Oh, I didn't kill them," which, like, it was probably Arius. But then we get the badass intro. I forgot to mention the first couple of times, but I finally wrote it down. The intro to this season is so, oh, it is cinema. But then after the intro, we get a reference to Asmongold. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's meant to be Asmongold, but it was some streamer who was doing like politics talk. He had a beard and he had long hair, and it was a streamer. It was Asmongold. I would also say maybe it was meant to be like Moist Critical, but I doubt it because he was losing his cool, which, if you know, you know. Moist Critical doesn't do that. But then Dante and Virgil meet at Washington Monument, and they're like talking about how Virgil's mind is all fuzzy. Not fuzzy, but like corrupted by the bad people. And then we get this really awesome, badass fight. Oh my god, the fight was just so good, bro. Again, the choreography and stuff. You could really tell that this is like Dante has met his match. Like, he has met his match, bro. It is just wow. Just the colors and everything, bro. The emotional turmoil. Dante gets taken out though because Virgil knocked him into a wall, causing the entire monument to fall on top of him, which took him down for the count. But then Dante, in a almost a pit of desperation, turns into a Mackay and then follows Virgil, and then they both slam into the Darkholm. And then they continue the fight in there after talking a bit. So as they're fighting, they come to a standstill because Virgil draws Dante, because Virgil stole Dante's gun, and then obviously Dante took out his gun and then pointed it at Virgil. So basically they're both pointing guns at each other because Dante lost his sword. So then Arius has a sniper on standby pointing at Virgil, and I think this is when Lady decides that she's done, is when Arius confirms a shot that could risk Dante's life. And I mean, the shot will 100% hit Virgil, but the bullet has a chance of also going through Dante into Virgil, which would kill Dante, because they have these, like, I almost want to call it like a shimmer liquid type of thing, which kills Mackay. And yeah, so it would have killed Dante. But Arius tells the sniper to take the shot anyway. And then that's when Virgil saves Dante. He knocks him into the wall out of the way. And then Virgil slices the bullet in half. So that showed me that Virgil still cares about Dante, despite everything. And then once Virgil kills one of the people, Virgil, I think, says something to trigger Dante. Dante absolutely loses it. He does not hold back anymore. He is going full on. He even shoots Virgil in the leg. But then Dante gets impaled because Virgil is just super good. It was also probably a callback to at the beginning of the episode when Dante, in the sparring match, not impaled, but pretended to impale Virgil with a stick. And then once Virgil does a hallway scene, kind of like Vader, he gets into the door where everybody is stood in a boardroom type of setting, and then after talking with Virgil, Lady abandons Darkholm because she was like, this isn't worth it. And then she hit him with the hard line. Dante is twice the man you are. She said that to Virgil, and I can imagine that probably stung. That probably stung, bro. But then we see Virgil, they're talking. Arius is trying to lie to Virgil, saying, hey man, I didn't cause your mom's death. And Virgil obviously doesn't believe that, and then goes to kill Arius, obviously. It can't be that easy, so Arius shows his power, he like uses his I'm gonna call it a force ability. He uses his force ability to um, control Virgil's sword, and he just basically flicks it away. And then Arius absorbs the Archon, the Chassel, and then gets basically a Dragon Ball Z level power up, and then starts fighting Virgil. And then that's where the episode ends. Dude, I am full on invested. If the season did not come out at the time it did, which is like 3 a.m. for me, I would watch the rest of the episodes right now. I might watch like one more, and I'll watch the other 4 later in the day. But other than that, it's a really good show so far. I don't know how anybody will have a problem with this, but I'm sure they'll find a way, because the internet always finds a way. But yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and this is just a really good show so far.